Good morning to all of you. NPCIL has released its advertisement, and as expected, there are a total of 400 vacancies this year also. Last year also it was 400 vacancies, and for 2025 also it is once again 400 vacancies. That's a big number. That's a big number, and obviously the biggest share of these 400 vacancies is for mechanical engineering pass outs, and that's obviously an opportunity for you. That's really an opportunity for you, which can be encashed, which should be encashed. But now the big question is, should I apply? Will I get a call at my gate rank? Will I get a call at my gate score? But before we get into that, we have to understand that when we look at the vacancies advertised by NPCIL, they are taking the score of the last 3 years. That means they are taking the score of 23, right? They are taking the score of 23, 24 and 25, right? That means the eligible scores are for these 3 gate years. If you don't have a valid gate score for these 3 years, obviously you are not eligible to apply. Every time they are doing the same thing. Like in case of the advertisements which they released in 22, they had asked the students who have appeared for 20, 21 and 22, and in 23 it is 21, 22, 23, and likewise this year also. So 3 years gate score is acceptable. The number of vacancies, if we take a look at, this is just this is a chart which gives you the total number of vacancies, and if you notice that there is a +2 written here, and there is a +2 written here, and there is a +4 written here. These are the backlog vacancies, which means to say that last year there were 400 vacancies, out of which these 8 candidates either did not join or they joined after, they left after joining immediately. So which means that these 8 were the carry forward vacancies. So vacancies in reality for this year it's 392 plus 8 backlog vacancies, making a total of 400, right? But end of the day, what you are getting is 400 vacancies, and that is what ultimately matters. Let's take a look at the branch wise breakup. Again, the last 4 years information I have put on this chart. You notice that, going back a little, in 22 we had 225 vacancies, which went up to 325 in the year 2023, and then it went up to 400 and it continues to be 400, right? And in the coming few years also the trend is likely to get repeated. I am only focusing on the 5 branches, that is mechanical, electrical, electronics, instrumentation and civil. I am not looking at the other branch. I think chemical is the other branch which is there in the list of advertisements, but that's about it. That's about it, right? Now, when we look at the total number of vacancies are known to us, and now let's take a look at the cutoffs, not the cutoffs but branch wise vacancies. When you see the branch wise vacancies, you will notice that the number for mechanical is the same, 150 last year, 150 this year. It was 123 out of 325 in the year 23, and it was 87 out of 225 in the year 22. 87 out of 225 would be little less than 40%, and likewise 123 out of 325 again is a little less than 40%, right? But 150 out of 400, that's a sizable chunk. That's really a big chunk. That's a good 37.5%. Right? Same thing gets repeated in the current year also. The number of vacancies by and large is static, 60, 58, 14, 15, 41, 42, 23, 23, 12, 12. Obviously, these are the based on the categories. We have a good number for the OBC NCL category also, right? And this is something, this is a pattern which we are going to be seeing in practically every branch. This is for mechanical. For electrical, the number of vacancies this year has gone up. It is forming a full 20%. Last year it was 69, that means about 17%, 17 plus. 23 it was 57 vacancies out of 325. Obviously less than 20%, maybe about 18%. Then in the year 22 it was 31 vacancies out of 225, that made it just about 14% only. But now if we notice that the number of vacancies for general category has gone up by 5, and if it has gone up by 5, obviously it will have an impact on the cutoff. But remember, they are calling the candidates with a valid gate score of the last 3 years, including this year 23, 24, 25. The vacancies for EWS goes up by 1, but the vacancies for OBC NCL has gone down by 12. Vacancies for SC again has gone down by 6, to 6, but the vacancies for ST category have gone up by 22. There is a very large number of vacancies for ST category, which is just about 10 short of the unreserved category. We will reconfirm it. We are going to take a look at the advertisement of the company also, just to make sure that these numbers are correctly taken. The last column has a significance, I will come to it later. So, going from electrical to electronics, here again we notice a very big jump. From 29 the vacancies have jumped to 45, increase of 16. Increase of 16 means more than 50% increase over the previous year's vacancies. Yes, general category vacancies it's a plus 6, EWS it's a plus 1, but OBC it's minus 1. The vacancies for SC remain the same, the vacancies for ST become 12, right. Let me just take a look at one document and reconfirm once again. We are looking at the data for electronics. For electronics, the vacancies for OBC is 12. I am sorry, this is 12. This is 12, this is 4, and this is 7, because I was wondering there is something is amiss, something is going wrong. So, vacancies for general category has gone up. For EWS it remains the same, it's 4 only, but for OBC it is 12. I had wrongly noted this number. The vacancies for OBC is 12, that means again a 50% jump over the last year. The vacancies for SC go up to 7 from 4, and for ST also they go up from 2 to 4. I think the same correction needs to be applied for electrical. I will just write the correct numbers. It's 22 for OBC, it is 12 for SC, and it is 6 for ST. That means there is a jump in the general category for electrical from 27 to 32, for EWS it is 7 to 8, for OBC it is 12, it is 19 to 22. There is a jump, that means it is a plus 3. Here it is a plus 1, and here again it is a plus 1. the total number remaining at 80. The total number remaining at 80. In fact, in the advertisement, the last column was showing as OBC, and that's why the mix up here. Never mind. We are here to make the correction. We have done it. Civil. Civil, again the same correction will need to be applied. 12, 7 and 4. In case of civil, there is a reduction in the vacancies. From 60 it has gone down to 45. See, if you notice, civil would be in demand when the construction work is going on, but once the construction is completed, then it is more to do with the operations team, operation and maintenance, which means electrical, electronics, instrumentation and mechanical, they'll start going up, and that is what is being witnessed here. That is what is being clearly seen here, right? So I'll just reconfirm: electronics 18 for unreserved category, 4 for EWS, 12 for OBC, 7 for SC and 4 for ST, right? And if we take a look at the instrumentation, again the same correction needs to be applied here also. This is 6, this is 3, this is 1. In this case, there is only an increase of 1. From 19 it goes up to 20. General category vacancies are 8. I am reconfirming from the ad also. Yes, that's right. 8. EWS remains the same at 2. OBC goes up from 5 to 6. Yes, OBC goes up from 5 to 6. The SC category vacancies remain the same. 3 continues to be 3. ST has gone down to 1, and finally we have 20, which is just an increase of 1, possibly because of backlog vacancies. I am not getting into those nitty-gritties. End of the day, what you are having for you is 20 vacancies for instrumentation, and I am sure you would have seen the cutoff data of the previous year, where you would have noticed that the cutoff score requirement for instrumentation is pretty low. It's pretty low, right? I mean, even with a score of 320, you could expect to get shortlisted for an interview. And as they have very clearly mentioned in their advertisement, that they are calling 12 times the number of vacancies as the candidates shortlisted for interview, and very clearly they would be making sure that for each category it is 12 times. It is not that it's overall 12 times, but for each category it is 12 times. If I go back to the first sheet, just to get an idea about the number of vacancies, minimum number of calls that they are going to be issuing would be a total of 4800, and this will include the calls for chemical engineering also. This would include the calls from chemical engineering, right? Let me just look at the vacancies of chemical. Yeah, the chemical engineering have vacancies of 60. So that means out of this, 720 calls are for chemical engineering. More than 4000 would be for the 5 disciplines that we are talking about, that is mechanical, electrical, electronics, civil and instrumentation. So more than 4100 calls, approximately 4200 is going to be the number of students who are going to get called for interviews by NPCIL. For unreserved category, again the number is going to be in the vicinity of 1800 plus. For OBC, it's going to be about 11 into 12, that means 1300 odd, and likewise. But they are just numbers. At the end of the day, what you are looking for is only one single selection, and that's what matters for all of you. Now let's come to the discussion related to what kind of cutoff was seen in the earlier years. This is a chart which will give you an idea about how the cutoffs have progressed, right? In 22, the cutoff rank for mechanical, now right now we are looking at mechanical. So the cutoff rank was 660, cutoff score was 773 and the rank was 395. The number in the red is the rank, right? it reduced to 668 in 2023. The reason was because of increase in the number of vacancies. It further reduced to 620 again because of increase in the number of vacancies, right. Notice that the number of vacancies increased by 25%, but the rank has not gone up by 25%. Notice that 754 was the rank of the last candidate who got called for interview from the general category, but in the year 2024 the candidate who got a call from general category was with the rank of 1331. See, this is showing an extreme dip, 339. It looks very odd that for EWS category just 339 was the cutoff score, but that is the way it was. Maybe very few students applied from the EWS category, and that is why, because there were 14 vacancies and they had to call 168 candidates for the interview, therefore even candidates with a very low score were able to get the interview call. It may not happen every year. It may not happen every year. I don't definitely expect it to happen in this year, because now people are wise, students are wise. Obviously, you people are also now getting this enlightenment. Now, what is likely to be the cutoff? Now, that's a discussion. What is likely to be the cutoff in the year 2025? For that, we'll have to understand some more information. We'll really have to look at one more input, and that is, what was the degree of difficulty? What was the degree of difficulty of the paper in this year in comparison with the earlier years? Again, this is an index. This is an index of degree of difficulty. Mechanical engineering. The cutoff score was 35.8 for mechanical, which signifies a relatively lesser degree of difficulty. And if it signifies a lesser degree of difficulty, that means marks and score, they again would have the bearing. But because of normalized marks, because of normalization which takes place, obviously we need not really get into the details of that, but it has been very easier in comparison with the last 2 years. So that can have a bearing, Another factor which can have a bearing is the number of candidates who are appearing for GATE. See, there was an entry in the columns. Yes. Again we are back to mechanical. See, the number of candidates who have appeared for GATE in mechanical, from close to 90,000 in 22, it fell down drastically to 63,500, and there was a marginal increase last year. It increased to 65,500, but it has come down once again this year. All this information, the source is the respective GATE conducting institutions. Like this year, the GATE conducting institution is IIT Roorkee. On their website, this statistics has been provided. So this year, the number of candidates who appeared for mechanical is 62,015 only, right? It's a fall. These factors may have a bearing on the cutoff. Lesser number of students, but then equal weightage is given to the GATE score of the last 3 years. So all these parameters are coming into picture. So if we go to the sheet with mechanical once again, we have 58 vacancies. Now the number of vacancies is almost the same as last year. Do we expect the same cutoff? In my view, the cutoff is likely to be similar. The cutoff is very likely to be similar. See, because from 48 it increased to 60, the correction factor had already set in, and they had gone to a cutoff score of 620 and a rank of 1330. As far as the cutoff score is concerned, I would expect the cutoff score in this year maybe slightly more than 620, It could be 630, it could be 640, right? Because the number of vacancies has gone down by 2. So again, an approximate ballpark number, it could be ranging from 630 to 640. We will see what kind of rank is there at 630, 640. We will bridge that information in a while from now, right, or maybe I can do it right away. Just give me a moment, I will take a look at that also and bridge it right now, so that we do not have to come back again and again. Mechanical, we are talking about a score of 630, 640. So, 630, 640 will mean approximate rank could be 1700 to 1800. That is showing a big jump. That is showing a big jump, but that may not be possible. That kind of a jump may not really happen. That jump may not really happen. See, from 23 to 24, there was a jump in the number of vacancies, but from 24 to 25, there is no jump in the number of vacancies. However, if we are looking at a cutoff score of 630, 640, at that cutoff score, the rank in case of 2025 is in the vicinity of, if I take a look at 640, 642 I have, 639 I have, 639 is 1771 rank. It may not really go to 1770, but let us say, giving it the benefit of doubt, let us say 640 and a possible rank of around 750. Again, do not hold me responsible. These are estimates based on a number of factors and the trends. As far as OBC is concerned, the number of vacancies remains almost the same. So, cutoff score also I am assuming that it will remain the same. Number of vacancies has gone up by 1. So, 547, maybe it becomes 545, 543. So, for 543, the rank could be, or 542, the rank could be around 3200. That means to say, for this category, it could be going up to rank, let us say 3100, which is a big jump, But then, if we have to look at the same cutoff score, obviously the rank will have to be different for each of the 3 years, right. I had missed out on OBC, on the EWS. EWS have gone up from 14 to 15. The last year's cutoff was 339. That was not a realistic estimate. So, I am going to be making a revision in that number. I will not stick by the previous year's guideline. I will look at a number which was, let us say, if it is 14 vacancies last year, but definitely not 339 as the cutoff. No, 339 is not likely to be the cutoff. The cutoff is more to be in line with maybe about 550 or maybe 525. Last year's cutoff was an aberration. Last year's cutoff definitely was an aberration. It was not the correct number, I would say. So, if we are looking at a cutoff score of 525 for the EWS category, for 525, the rank this year can be I am saying around maybe 3300, maybe around 3300. Right. 23 vacancies for SC, it is the same number as last year. Even if we repeat the same number, but then let us take a look at the cutoff score of 408. 408 cutoff last year, this year will give us an approximate rank of 6000. It gives us an approximate rank of 6000. I do expect the cutoff to remain almost the same, That means the rank could go up to 6000. And finally, when we look at the ST category, again I won't tamper with the cutoff score 347 if that is the cutoff score, and the corresponding rank this year is going to be 8000. It is going to be in the vicinity of 8400. So that is what can be a guiding factor. 750 rank for general category, 3300 rank for EWS, 3100 approximately for OBC NCL category, around 6000 for SC and around 8400 for ST. This is as far as mechanical is concerned. Now let us move on to the next branch, which is electrical engineering. Now electrical engineering has seen a jump. Electrical engineering, the number of vacancies has gone up from 27 to 32, which means the cutoff score is likely to fall. And if it is likely to fall, to what extent can it fall? See, when we increase from 22 to 27, it fell down from 651 to 635. But when we are going from 27 to 32, are we going to have a linear fall? That means just about 16 marks, 16 in terms of the score. If we go purely by that, just about 15 marks reduced, that means it could mean a cutoff score of 620. If the cutoff score is 620, what is the rank for electrical at 620 this year? The rank for 620 this year is likely to be 900, and that appears to be too high to me. End of the day, the number of vacancies is 32 and we are having a total number of calls which is 384 for general vacancy. Now 384 calls and a cutoff rank of 900, that looks a little tall, to me. So I would say that the rank could possibly be 850. And accordingly the cutoff score will get moderated to the same extent. For EWS, the vacancies go up from 7 to 8, marginal reduction in the cutoff and increase in the number of increase in terms of rank also. There is a fall, no, not fall, but this correction is required. This was 19 to 22, the number of vacancies has gone up. By 3. So 582 fell down to 551. If I go linearly, 551 will fall down to maybe 520. Let's go on that 520. If I look at 520, what is the score or what is the rank at 520? The rank at 520, which I have with me, is possibly 2100. Is that possible? No, not likely. So that means this 520 is not likely to be the cutoff score. This cutoff score is likely to be in the vicinity of 535, which could correspond to a rank of 1900, and that appears more realistic. So if you are an OBC candidate and you have a rank of around 1900 for electrical engineering, yes, you should make an application. As far as SC ST is concerned, the cutoff rank could be going in the similar direction. 3172 might go up to 3300, and for ST it could be going from 3554, maybe it goes up to 3600, 3700, in that range. But important is the general category rank can be up to 850, the OBC category rank can be 1900. That's a big huge number, that's a very big huge number, and that is what we need to consider. Be guided by the fact that this is the approximate number of calls for the category for electrical engineering. So that means if you look at these three categories, the total number of calls 384 plus 96 makes it 480 plus 144, that's 624. So 624 calls are expected for electrical engineering for the first 3 categories, right. Going further, I have not looked at the questions that you have been putting in the chat box. Please bear with me, it will take a while before I start looking at that. In fact, as you are putting the messages, I am noticing that at this rank, do I have a call, do I stand a chance for a call or not? Well, all that is being talked about. I am sure you are getting the answers that you are looking for. Electronics, again the correction required. This is 12, this is 7 and this is 4, right. Now here I have a little lesser space, I will try to accommodate how to write. In 2024, the cutoff rank was 465 for 12 vacancies. This year the number of vacancies has jumped from 12 to 18. We had earlier seen a jump from 10 to 12, from 23 to 24, but from 24 to 25 there is a big jump from 12 to 18. So definitely this 662, this cutoff score of 662 is likely to witness a big drop. It's likely to witness a big drop. Rank 465 is definitely going to go up. I would expect the cutoff rank, I am using the word cutoff rank, the cutoff rank is more likely to be going in the vicinity of maybe 675. Cutoff rank is likely to be 675, and if I look at the corresponding score, yes, for a rank of 675, we will just have an answer for 675 for electronics. I am looking at a score of, oh, that is sounding very different, because you know this 662 which was the score for 662 score last year, the rank was 400 something, but this year if I am looking at a rank of 675 corresponding to the rank, I have a score of 650. I have a score of approximately 650, and that is realistic. That I would say is realistic, because when we are looking at the lower ranks mean numerically higher value, there are a number of students having the same score and the same rank. So if we are looking at a cutoff score of 650, that seems very much possible. A cutoff score of 650 for electronics general category with a rank of 675 definitely seems a possibility. It could go further up. The 675 rank could go up further. I am saying it could go up further. Now if we look at the OBC, if we look at the second column is EWS, the second column EWS, we have an increase of from 3 to 4. The 534, the cutoff score of 534, yes, it could fall down, to maybe 520. If it falls to 520, the corresponding rank, again, see all this rank and score information, the mapping is available in the post-grad counseling PDF. You can take a look at that, you will be able to get that information in there. So if we are talking about 520, there is a possibility that the cutoff, the rank could be in the vicinity of 2100 or let us say 2000. For EWS, it may be safe to apply with a rank of 2000. For OBC, there is a jump in the vacancies from 8 to 12. So clearly the rank 1193 is likely to witness, I won't say it will jump by 50%, but at least by 30%. If it jumps by 30%, that means the closing rank can be expected to be, let us say 1450. and at 1450 rank, we are looking at a gate score of it's high. See, if I don't look at that, if I don't look at 1450, even if I stick to 563 as the cutoff score, as was seen last year, even though there were only 8 vacancies, but no, the score is definitely likely to go down. 563, if I am assuming it is going down to, let us say 555 or 556. For a 556, we will have a gate rank of approximately 1600. Yes, that looks more feasible. So, let me write here, I will write here for 2025, we are looking at a score of 556, and corresponding to that a rank could be of around 1600. These seem logical figures, these seem to be logical figures, right. For SC, the number of vacancies has gone up from 4 to 7, definitely it is going to witness a big jump. I expect the rank to jump from 2185 easily to 2700, and likewise the ST category cutoff rank could jump from 4894, it could be going up to maybe 6700. There is a big jump, I mean it's increasing from 2 to 4, and definitely that calls for an increase. Now here 54,292 were the candidates in 2022, 45,833 there was a big drop in 23, COVID effect perhaps, increased to 63,092 in the year 2024, and I do have the numbers for 2025. Let me go back to the first page. Here it is. For 2025 we had 67,701, right. Okay, anyway, this is the electronics we are looking at. Yes, there is a big jump in the number of candidates who have appeared this year. 81,000 candidates have appeared for electronics this year. So definitely it has a bearing, and that is why we have done some degree of normalization. Civil, the number of vacancies has gone down, and if the number of vacancies has gone down, there is a possibility that the cutoff score will increase. From 24 it has gone down to 18, that is a 25% drop. Will 448 cutoff rank drop down to a similar extent? Let us see. In 2023 we had 18 vacancies and the cutoff rank was 365. Maybe I can be guided by the same number. So if 365 is the cutoff rank, let us see what does this signify. .365 means a cutoff score of around 750, and that is logical. Let me see what is the exact score. 358 I have 760. 358 I have 760. Yes, that appears to be logical. Yes, this is appearing to be logical. As far as OBC is concerned, I will repeat the cutoff score, which is 676, and let us see what is the rank at 676. At 676, the rank is around 825, a realistic figure. 676 is the score and 825 is the approximate rank. For EWS, the 624, the 628 can be going up, right. See, in 23 we had 4 vacancies, 570 was the cutoff score, but 2355 was the cutoff rank. Next year, even though the number of vacancies increased, but 570 increased to 628. This year, it is the number of vacancies has gone down to 4, but I won't say that the cutoff will fall down to 570. No, it will not. In fact, from 628, it is likely to go up. It is likely to go up further. So, where it rests, possibly in the vicinity of 660, 670, and if it is 670, the rank at 670, the rank at 670 would be, it's looking in the direction of 860. The rank is 860, but that is appearing to be very, very less. See, at a score of 570, the rank was 2355 in the year 2023. Highly unrealistic, highly unrealistic. But if you look at the last year's number at a score of 628, the cutoff rank was 1499. But this year, if I am looking at a cutoff score of 670, the rank for civil, the rank for civil is turning out to be 867. No, that is falling too short, because they have to be considering the last 3 years ranks, and obviously because of the variation in the degree of difficulty, these score and rank mapping is showing a highly different picture. So, I would say that as far as the cutoff rank is concerned, I would expect it in the vicinity of 1300. Cutoff rank for civil is likely to be in the vicinity of 1300. And finally, when we come to instrumentation, here the numbers are going completely haywire. Here the numbers are completely going haywire. Obviously, once again we are looking, as far as SC and ST category is concerned, we are looking at a gate rank which is crossing 2500, maybe even 3000. The number of vacancies has gone up marginally by just 1. The general category vacancies has gone up by 1, which means the cutoff could be in that range only. If I say cutoff could be in the range of 354, 353, in that range only, and for 353, if we look at the rank this year at 353, the rank is 1700, the rank is 1700. So, even if I stick to 354, which was the cutoff last year and the in 23, let us look at 354 only without making any change. For 354, the cutoff rank is likely to be in the vicinity of maybe 1650. Right? Keep the same rank for not the same rank, it can't be the same rank for we have the same number of vacancies, but when we are having the same number of vacancies, the cutoff score fell down from 324 to 316 and the rank obviously went up to 1850. Let us retain this 316, and the only thing is at 316 this year the rank is going to be, I do not even have the data, sorry, I have no data beyond 320. 291 the rank is 29, but let us say here it could be going in the direction of 1900. Here again it could be going in the similar way, maybe a cutoff rank of 2000, but definitely for SC ST it could be crossing 2500 mark, maybe touching even the 3000 mark. Another big question that comes to your mind is, this was the cutoff data, so we can just skip it. So, there is one more question that is coming to your mind when you are filling up the application form. should I opt for the PHWR, that is pressurized heavy water reactor, or should I opt for the VVER or the other variety which is there, which is the light water plant. The heavy water plant locations are at Narora in UP, Rawatbhata in Rajasthan, Tarapur in Maharashtra, Kakrapar in Gujarat, Kaiga in Karnataka and Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu. Whereas the light water plant is the more recent one, that is Kundankulam in Tamil Nadu near Nagarcoil. Nagarcoil is also known for the wind energy harnessing, there are projects for that. Now, Mumbai as a location is applicable for both. Based on some of the feedbacks that have come from the students who are already working in NPCIL, they are very clearly of the view that prefer a plant which is close to your home location. Prefer a plant which is closer to your home location. If you are allotted light water stream, then you can get an opportunity for mutual transfer to heavy water reactor after completion of module 1 of training and vice versa. This is something which is again for the benefit of those who by mistake prefer the LWR, but they want to go for HWR primarily because of the location. तो फर्स्ट मॉड्यूल का ट्रेनिंग कंप्लीट होने के बाद आप इंटरचेंज कर सकते हैं. Somebody who is more interested in a location where you have been opted, you can go for interchange of locations, that's possible. Prefer to choose the plant closer to your hometown. If you are very keen to explore light water reactor and Russian technology, only then you opt for light water reactor. However, this is the rider. However, you end up getting similar knowledge whether you work with LWR or you work with HWR. There is not a very major difference in terms of your learning opportunities, right? Now, lot of questions have been posted by you. Let me try taking a look at that and see if I have already answered them, or if need to be answered, I'll just go for it. Just give me a moment, I'll be opening your chat. A whole lot of questions, score of 552 and rank 308 in instrumentation. Rudra Narayan, you would have seen that you are definitely getting shortlisted. You are definitely getting shortlisted. Civil OBC rank 486, yes, the answer is you are getting shortlisted. See, all the numbers that I have talked about, you are getting a very clear picture. Without my intervention, you would have made out that by now that you are getting this thing. For rank 893, score 67 SC, how many marks do I need to score in interview? I'll just take a look at, I'll just open the advertisement and then take a look at that. Just give me a moment, let me open that advertisement itself. Here we are. See, they have very clearly spelled out in the advertisement itself how much you need to score. See, all these details are there in the advertisement. The online application start from 10th, which was yesterday, and the closing time is 4 p.m. on 30th of April. Do not be in a hurry to fill up the form. Do not be in a hurry to fill up the form. The reason is that if you do things in a hurry, you might miss out on something, and then there is no opportunity for you to make any correction. Carefully read the instructions, keep the documents which are required near you when you are filling up the form, so that there is no mistake, right? Non-refundable application fee of 500 is applicable. The branches which are eligible, for mechanical, it is mechanical and production. For electrical, it is electrical and electronics, that means triple E. For electronics, of course, a number of disciplines are given. For instrumentation, also the same number. Environmental science is not a branch which is eligible for applying to civil engineering vacancies, right? Candidates with qualifying degree in instrumentation and control are eligible to apply under instrumentation. However, they should have taken GATE in instrumentation. Clear cut. Okay, anyway, let me not write on this, कोई ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. Age limits 26 for general EWS, OBC NCL it's 29 and SC ST it's 31. They have given the cutoff dates also, should be born on or after the date. See, they have made it very clear, they have made it very clear, right. The training will be for about a year, at any of the nuclear training centers of the NPCIL sites. LWR, it is at Kundankulam only, Kundankulam in Tamil Nadu. For mechanical, chemical, electronics, instrumentation, and they will be at the PHWR or LWR stream. These 5 disciplines have to indicate the preference of reactor stream. They have to indicate this is what I was talking about. For civil discipline are not required to indicate the choice of the reactor, right. Stipend 74,000 plus one time book allowance, then mandatory boarding lodging in the hostels, fairly well equipped. Bond, you are aware, 9,18,000 rupees. Equal weightage will be given to gate 23, 24 and 25. Yes. Somebody was asking what is the performance, what minimum score do I need to get for meriting a wait list. For unreserved category you must score at least 70% in the interview, and for the other categories it is 60%. Separate merit list based on interview marks will be prepared for each category of the physically handicapped, right, and PWBD categories candidates will be selected in order of merit in this list. If you just look at the previous year's result, you will know what are they exactly meaning. Tie breaking with equal interview mark, candidate with higher gate score will be ranked higher. Essentially, gate does not have any weightage in the final selection. Gate does not have any weightage for final selection. The only preference is for the performance in the interview. Of course, in case of a tiebreaker situation, only in that case a higher gate score candidate will get preference, right. Waitlist number is mentioned, the documents which are required to be verified when you are called for interview. Of course, we will have a separate session for all this. I will not get into these details. Let me see if there are any other questions. Let me see if there are any other questions in the chat. NPCIL did not ask for the score, they only asked for registration number. My dear friend, based on the registration number, they will pull out your score. Registration number will enable them to access your gate score card, and that is why they are not asking you. 693, Saurav, you have not mentioned your branch, beta. What is your branch? Otherwise, you can just run through the video, you will get an idea. They will score on the basis of score or rank. You see, they will identify this is the number of calls, that number of calls will define the rank, and then they will map it onto the score. That is how it is done. Electrical SC 404 score or rank. If it is rank, definitely you get a call. If it is score, I will have to check. 549 mechanical, 549 rank, definitely yes. CE 712 SC category, definitely get a call, definitely get a call. CE score 469 general category, no chance. Xander, there are so many messages. Okay, 404 score, 404 is the score. I will have to check, I will have to go back to the PPT, please. Just run the video for the electrical part and you will get it. Civil engineering OBC 693 gate score 693. I think you should get a call. I think you should get a call. OBC 693 gate score should get a call. Pooja Meena 370 rank CE, yes, you get a call. 570 what, rank or score? If it is rank, definitely get a call for mechanical. If it is score, you will have to check. 469 OBC score civil, थोड़ा सा मुश्किल लग रहा है मेरे को. OBC 580 rank 1850 call interview call possible for NPCIL. Other PSUs I am not talking. Yes, we'll be having interview guidance sessions for each of the PSUs, beta. We'll have interview guidance sessions for each and every PSU. Don't worry. Only thing is that you must regularly look at the MADESY official Telegram channel. That is something which you have to go through every time, because all the updates are given in that channel regularly. If you are in the branch Telegram channel, there also they will get posted, plus nothing is missed out from the official Telegram channel. Okay, right. I hope that this session has been useful. You will be able to get a fair idea about whether you stand a chance of getting called for interview at NPCIL or not. And obviously, once the last date is over, I think they announce the shortlist pretty fast, and the interviews are conducted in the month of June. The joining is somewhere from first week of August. They have a clearly drawn out timetable, and they normally stick to the dates. Always look out for the updates in the MADESY official Telegram channel, so that you can stay tuned to what are the latest developments in terms of the interview guidance sessions and any other help that can be given in order to enable you to crack the interview. All right, I'll stop at this point with just one more statement, that in case you have any query which is not answered here, note down my email ID. It is dkarora@madesy.in. I am writing in the chat box. But do not forget to mention your complete details. You have to mention your complete details, your name, your gate, score, rank and category, score, rank, marks, category, right, and what is it that you are looking for. Unless your question is known to me, I will never be able to answer your questions, right. Please feel free to write. I normally respond back within 24 hours, rarely that it takes me longer, and that too it happens in case I need to fish around for any response, any answer for taking care of your requirement. All right, thank you very much. My best wishes to all of you. Start preparing. All the best.